Hello students, I am Amardeep Pandey from Ambition Classes. Students, today I will teach you physics of class 10. And in physics, our today's topic is conductors and insulators. Okay students, so firstly you have to know what are conductors and what are insulators. Just know. Conductors are students. Conductors are those substances which allow the current to flow through it or which allow the current to freely flow through it. That is, it does not restrict current to flow through it. They are known as conductors. Okay. What are the examples of conductors? Silver, copper, and aluminum, and all the metals are conductors. Okay, students, the materials or the substances which allows the electric current to flow freely are known as conductors. Okay, students. What are the special points about conductors? Our first special point is that graphite is the only non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity. Basically, students, all the non-metals are not a conductor or not a good conductor of electricity. But graphite is the exception. Graphite is the only non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity. And what is the special to? Metals, comma graphite and conductors are conductors because they have free electrons, which is a carrier of current. Okay, students. What are conductors? What are insulator? Our first difference is that conductors are those substances which allows the current to flow through it. Okay, students. And insulators are those substances which do not allow the current to flow through it. Okay. So, what are the examples of conductors? Our first example is silver, copper, and aluminum, and rest of all the metals are conductors. Okay, students. As you know, silver is the best conductor of electricity. After that, special too. As I have told you, all the non-metals are insulators, but graphite is the exceptional non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity. And special too, basically, why conductor conducts electricity and why insulator does not conduct electricity? It is because the conductors have free electrons. What are the free electrons? There is a basic difference between electron and free electrons. Students, free electrons are that type of electrons which carry current in a conductor. In a conductor, if the current carrier are free electrons, not electrons, they are free electrons. So free electrons are present in a substances, then it is known as conductor. In all the metals, free electrons are present. That is why they are conductors. That is why they are good conductor. And now, what are insulators? The material which does not allow the current to flow through it are known as insulator. Example: all non-metals, plastic, wax, mica, dry air. All these are insulators. Okay, students. After that, if we are having distilled water, what we are having? If we are having distilled water, students, distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. What I said, distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. But if we add acid to it, then it becomes insulator. Sorry, conductor. Okay, students, what I have told, distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. But if we add some acid to it, then it becomes conductor. Okay. Our skin is also a good conductor of electricity. And lastly, earth is the biggest or the largest conductor of electricity. Okay, students, earth is the largest conductor of electricity. So we have completed this topic. Let's move on to next topic. Students, just listen here. Now we have to learn another topic which is known as electric potential. Electric potential. It is very important topic, students. It is denoted by V, capital V. What is electric potential? Or we have to learn electric potential difference. Electric potential difference. What is electric potential or electric potential difference? Okay, students, let me tell you. If I have any conductor, let us have any conductor. It is placed somewhere on the earth. Okay, students, and there is some test charge. What I said? Test charge. Test charge. What do you mean by test charge? Test charge are those charges which are taken for experimental, for experiment. Okay, students, in order to perform any experiment, if we are taking any charge, then it is known as test charge. Basically, test charge can be positive and negative both, but we will take as a positive charge. So Q plus is a test charge. Charge is denoted by Q, and our test charge is Q plus. In most of the cases, we take test charge as a Q plus. So what is test charge, students? Test charge is that charge which is taken for experiment. Okay, students. Our conductor is placed here somewhere on the earth. Okay, students. So a far distance from this conductor, let it be some place known as infinity. Students, infinity is that place up to which we cannot reach, or we does not know what is the exact distance from us. So let us consider a place in a space known as infinity. So at infinity, we have a test charge Q plus. We have a test charge Q plus. Okay, student, just listen here. What I have said for electric potential, we have a conductor, and at somewhere at a distant point which is known as infinity, we have a test charge. Okay, students. Now what we have to do? We have to bring this test charge to any point of this conductor. Let it this point be B, let this point be A. At this point, or it can be here. Okay, students. So if we have to bring this charge to any point of the conductor, let it be A, B, C, nothing, anything else. So we have to do some work in order to bring this charge from infinity to any point of the conductor. We have to do some work, and that work is W. Okay, students, that work is W, which is known as electric potential. So the definition for electric potential is V equals to what we have to do, students, in order to bring the charge, we have to do some work. Work is done for what? In order to bring the test charge, work upon charge. So this is the exact formula for potential. It is given by W upon Q. So V equals to W upon Q. Okay, students. What will be its definition? At definition level, we can say that the work done, the work done in bringing, the work done in bringing a test charge, a test charge from infinity to any point of conductor is known as electric potential. Okay, students. I hope that you would have understood well, but I should tell you again. What is electric potential? Just imagine that we have a conductor anywhere on the earth, and at a very far distance from the conductor, we have a place known as infinity. So from that infinity point, what we have to do? We have to bring a test charge. We have to bring a test charge from that infinity point to the any point of conductor. Is it clear? What are test charge? Test charges are that charges which are taken for experimental setup or for taken for experiment or for performing experiments. So in order to bring that charge to any point of the conductor, we have to do some work. So that particular work which is done in order to bring that charge is known as electric potential. So its formula is V equals to W upon Q. Or electric potential equals to work upon charge. So this is how we have to know what is electric potential. Is it clear, students? Okay. Now let's move to another topic, electric potential difference. We have studied electric potential. Now we have to know what is electric potential difference. So let's continue. The work done in bringing a test charge from infinity to any point of the conductor is known as electric potential. Okay, students. Now let's move to our next definition, which is known as electric potential difference. So what is electric potential difference? Just listen here, students. If we take a conductor, if we take a conductor and name it two endpoints A and B. Okay, students, in a conductor, there are many free electrons and protons are also present. Here, there would be free electron. Here also there would be free electron and many more. Just I am showing it by dot. Okay, students. And now what we have to do? We have to take a test charge. We have to take a test charge from one end of the conductor to another. That is, we have to take this from here to here. What do we have to do? We have to take this from point A to point B. Point B. So, students, in order to do that, we know our test charge is positively charged, and we have a number of free electrons in a conductor. I have told you what is a conductor. Conductors are good conductor of electricity. It is only because they have a free electron. So this conductor have a free electron. So if we take this charge from here, from A point to B point, then these free electrons will apply a attractive force. Will apply a attractive force on the test charge. That is, they want to attract this test charge toward itself. But what we have to do? We have to take this charge from point A to point B. Here, particularly dot dot dot, I have shown the free electrons by dot dot dot. All these free electrons will try to just attract that test charge. But we have to do work against this test charge. That is, we must have more force than that attractive force so that we can continue to move from A to B. So in order to develop that more amount of force, we have to do some work. So that work is known as electric potential. Okay, I will tell you the definition. What is electric potential difference? Electric potential difference is that if we take a test charge from one end of the conductor to another, then we have to do some work against the attractive force of free electron present in that conductor. And that particular work which is done to take the test charge is known as electric potential. Okay, students, we have to do work against the attractive force of electron. So it will be like this: VA minus VB equals to W upon Q naught, or work done upon charge. This is called electric potential difference. Okay, students, this is called electric potential difference. So this is the required formula. What is the definition? What is the definition, students? We can define it as the work done, the work done in taking a test charge from one end of a conductor from one end of a conductor to another against against the attractive force of free electron is known as electric potential difference. EPD, or just we can write it as a PD. Students, now one more thing you have to know, the most important thing. What is the unit of electric potential? It's volt given by V. So unit of charge is coulomb, unit of current is ampere, and unit of electric potential or electric potential difference is volt. Okay, students? Or we can have another unit. What is another unit? V equals to, just what is the unit for W? It's joule. What is the unit for charge? It's coulomb. So we have two units. What are the two units? First unit for electric potential is volt, and second unit for electric potential is joule per coulomb. So this is the concept of electric potential or electric potential difference. Okay, students, I'm sure that you have understood it clearly. Now, let's move to one more definition regarding this topic. Students, we have known that the unit for electric potential or electric potential difference is volt. But if you want to know the definition for 1 volt, okay, students, then how will we know? Definition definition of 1 volt. So, how we will know this definition of 1 volt? Students, we know what we know. V equals to W by Q. Here, its unit will be volt. So, what we have to find? We have to find, students, 1 volt. 1 volt. So, for 1 volt, for having 1 volt, how can we find? If we take W as a 1 and Q as a 1, so 1 by 1 means 1. Okay, students? Or if we take 10 upon 10, if we take work as a 10 joule and Q as a 10 coulomb, then it also be 1 volt. But we must start with smaller units. So let W equals to 1 joule, Q equals to 1 coulomb. So after substituting, we will get 1 upon 1 volt. That is V equals to 1 volt. So this is the required expression for 1 volt. Now, how could we define this formula? How could we define? Okay, students. How could we define this formula? We have to define that on taking one coulomb of test charge from one end of the conductor to another. If 1 joule of work is done, then the electric potential associated with that conductor is 1 volt. What we have to do? Students, just listen. In order to take 1 coulomb charge from one end of the conductor to another, we have to do 1 joule work. Then the electric potential associated with that is known as 1 volt electric potential. If 1 volt, sorry, not 1 volt, if 1 coulomb, if 1 coulomb of charge is taken from one end of the conductor to another and 1 joule of work is done, then electric potential is 1 volt.